Hi. Okay. Hello everyone. I'm Decong Tang, from Fujian. FAFU. It's a pleasure to share our team's results in the symposium. The primary goal of our research is to identify and classify tourism industry ecologization. The study's starting point is that in the past, both academic and the general public perceive the tourism as an emission-free industry. However, it has become increasingly clear in recent years that tourism is a highly polluting industry, causing no less pollution than industrial production. Because the tourism industry is such a large sector of the country's economy and its sustainable development is critical to the economy operation. Many industry practitioners and scholars have gone to advocate for tourism industry ecologization. Of course, many scholars have focused on the sustainable development of the tourism industry, but their focus is usually based on linear economic theory, which ignores the dynamic natures of the tourism industry system to some extent. To address the elimination of the previous research, we introduced the circle economic theory, which has been shown to have high explanatory strength in the evaluation of sustainable development in the past. So, what exactly is tourism industry equalization? Can it be reconciled with circle economic theory? Industry equalization, which originated in the manufacturing industry, focus on the application of engineering technologies that not only reduce environmental pressures caused by economic development, but are also an important means of achieving sustainable development. To better evaluate tourism industry equalization, we use the DPSIR model, which is based on the circle economic theory, and both industry equalization and the tourism industry equalization are applicable to circle economic theory for explanation. And because the previous DPSR model take into account to the validity and the dynamics of industry equalization assessment, and can be capable with the chain between the origin and the results, ecological and environmental problems in the process of tourism industry equalization. According to the table, the DPSR model consists of 5 subsystems that interact with one another to form the level of tourism industry equalization. By combining previous related studies, we can derive the following specific indicators to illustrate the level of each subsystem from these 5 subsystems. Well, the indicators of the stress subsystem are negative indicators. These indicators based on the public available data in China, such as sex yearbooks and tourism yearbooks. To ensure objective in assessing tourism industry equalization, the entropy method, EM, is used to determine the weight level of each indicator to avoid subjective bias. And the topic is used to correct the original weight result to improve the accuracy of the evaluation results. On this foundation, spatial analysis technologies was introduced in order to identify the spatial and temporal divergence patterns of China's tourism equalization. The specific results are shown below. First, the weight of each indicator obtained through EM. According to the DPSR model's theoretical foundation, there is an action mechanism between each subsystem, and all of them are subsystems that cannot be ignored when existing tourism industry organization, with the state subsystem being the most important because its cumulative weight account for more than half one of our role. It is clearly that the response subsystem does not contain a significant proportion of the cumulative weight, indicating that the level of the response subsystem does not vary significantly from province to province. The graph depicts the trend of change in the tourism industry equalization from 2011 to 2019. The current level of the equalization in China, 这个 tourism industry is low, but is gradually improving. The trend in the level of tourism industry equalization alone demonstrate the efficiency of China eco-civilization strategy as a whole. The moral value of tourism industry equalization calculated using ESDA, and the results show that tourism industry equalization in China show a positive social autocorrelation.
You have 1 minute left, Decong.
Okay. Province and region with higher tourism industry equalization to overall merit. The global moral value can only show that the tourism equalization is significant spatial correlation, but it does not trade local spatial information. As a result, the hotspot analyze operation from ArcGIS. This is a conclusion. I appreciate your attention. These are some of the findings from our team's recent research in this area. If you have any insightful remarks, please let us know. Thank you.